session for the Brand India Women in Business 2021 Awards. And here we have a very, very great, vivacious personality out here, Dr. Shanthi Ganga. Shanthi, can we start this interview by knowing a little bit about yourself, your background?
Yeah. So I'm a graduate in Ayurveda, basically from Calicut.
Okay.
Calicut is my native place, and I'm married and I have a daughter.
You have been, you have studied at Calicut, you have grown up there, and you've also got married over there.
Yeah, okay. So I have done till my 10th standard in Calicut. I did my higher secondary at Trivandrum, studied Ayurveda at Kannur, then was practicing in Bangalore, now back in Calicut.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's nice. Good to know that you are you have your roots back in Kerala, deep-rooted over there. Can I know something about the profession that you are into? Like, what exactly do you do?
Okay, so I'm an Ayurveda doctor.
Okay.
So I basically do consultation, and we do all Ayurveda Panchakarma therapies and other treatments, all the Kerala Ayurveda treatments along with it. And so we also make our own products, Ayurveda products and cosmetic products.
Cosmetic products also. Okay.
Yeah. So in support with Ayurveda, we also do yoga.
As a therapy?
Both as a therapy and also as a, everyday yoga, like a yoga studio. Yeah. And we have an online magazine regarding Ayurveda. But it's not really for the general public, but for the doctors.
Oh, okay, okay. So I like you. Apart from, are these medicines? Normally Ayurveda has to do a lot with herbal preparations, and most Ayurvedic physicians, they have their own secret
recipes.
Go into it. It's handed out generation to generation. So is that something like it? Do you also have something like that?
No, actually, I'm the first line doctor in my family.
Okay, okay.
So, but I was lucky enough to be trained under some eminent doctors here in Kerala.
That's
from them I got all the medicines.
Okay, okay, okay. So you do make your own medicines in your clinic,
yes.
Is that it?
Yes, we do.
Okay, that's nice. And may I know something about the cosmetic range that you were talking about?
Yeah, we do kind of all the skin and hair care products.
Okay.
Though now we are considering though we are making it only for the patients and the nearby circle, we may market and brand it. We are planning to brand it.
It is not yet right now.
Like it is not completely branded. Like I'm giving it to the local people and to my patients and those who ask me for bulk. So I send it to them.
Okay.
Now we are looking into other license process. It's a little tough.
What are the licenses that are actually required for this?
So we need the GMP license, good manufacturing practice license. It's a little bit tough to get in Kerala because our drug controller has been on leave for so long. Now now she is there, but still we are facing some problems. So now we have acquired a third-party license.
Okay, okay, right. But then you do plan to bring it up or brand it and scale it up.
Yeah.
The futuristic vision out there.
Yes.
That's interesting. Very nice.
It's completely planned out.
Okay.
But and the COVID actually, some of our plans were disrupted due to COVID.
That is absolutely. Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, like Ayurveda in general, although we have everything behind us, especially Kerala, there still is a negative image out there mainly because there are a lot of fake practitioners out here who, there are lots of, you can't pass 100 meters without noticing a board somewhere.
Yes,
so what do you think about it, Shanthi?
It's actually very sad, but the thing is, earlier we used to have good those paramedic practitioners, but now they are not really existing. Now, whoever sits in an agency, the next day he becomes an Ayurveda
Exactly.
practitioner kind of thing. So we are also having a lot of legal fights against them, but
Okay.
it's also a big focus or kind of a big mafia.
Oh, oh,
It's very difficult unless and until the individuals or the fellows are really aware about it.
oh.
It's difficult.
That is true. That's true. Shanti, like you have started off on your own, you have your own clinic. So, what
Yes,
gave you the idea of starting off your own business that way?
clinic. So, okay, if you ask that, maybe I should tell you a little bit of past. So, due to some horoscope issues, I was married off at a very young age of 21.
Okay.
And I had a daughter when I was 22. But unfortunately, that marriage didn't work,
Oh,
and I couldn't complete my studies. So later on, I got legally divorced.
mhm.
Then during all these process, I completed my studies, and I don't know why, but my ex, the family was looking down at me because I'm just an Ayurveda doctor. I was always getting the tag. So maybe that made me. I decided to start my own clinic because I just want to establish myself in Calicut and show people that it's not just an Ayurveda doctor, but we have a lot more to do.
And that I salute you for that, Shanti, because
Thank you.
the wonderful way. I mean, the way you came up is really nice. That way, and
But now I'm married again and I'm very happy, like happily
I'm so
married.
happy
My
to hear that.
husband, yeah, my husband is a part of this business. So, it happens in
Is he a
everybody's
doctor too?
life.
Is he a doctor too?
No, he's actually running the yoga studio here.
Ah, right.
So, yeah,
Very happy to know that you have, I mean, you're happy in your life and your profession.
yes.
That way. More about your profession, like where exactly does your customer, that range come from? Is it locally, or do you have anybody coming from outside Calicut to consult you?
Yes, actually, we have local patients. Then I have few Europeans who visit me every year. Of course, due to COVID, it stopped completely.
Okay.
We really don't have out of state people. Like it's mostly Keralites only.
Kerala Suka.
Keralites from different parts, but
Okay.
also the Europeans. We are not really taking Arabs.
Okay. Oh, okay. 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 And again, in especially this pandemic time has shown us the value of having, most of the doctors that they have started teleconsultations and
Yeah.
telemedicines and all that. So, do you also do something in that regard?
Yes, we still do online consultations
Mhm.
because especially with people who are 60 plus, it's not safe for them to travel up and down. So we do online consultation, and I either courier the medicine
Mhm.
or give them the prescription so that they can get it from a nearby store. And what I found was we have started mixing a lot of kitchen spices into medicines now,
Oh, yeah.
especially during the lockdown when somebody asks you for something. Immediately we think about what is inside the house rather than asking them to go out and purchase.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah,
Like,
it's working.
I think a lot more people have started realizing the benefits of all the simple herbs and spices available in your own kitchen. That,
Yes, yes, yes. Even the
that
youngsters have started appreciating it.
exactly, exactly. Like, can you give me a few examples? Like, of suppose I have a cold. What
Yeah.
do you think would you for? And I consult you. What do you think would you come up with? Common
If you
cold.
Yeah, if you have a common cold, I'll suggest you to 1 second, please. Mhm. Yes. So if you have a common cold, I'll suggest you to make either a tulsi decoction or ginger and cardamom. So, or turmeric. With turmeric, you can do a gargle. You can inhale. You can steam yourself. So, like such simple things, it
Things.
really helps. It helps a lot. Even the
Absolutely.
pepper and normal salt, it
Basically,
will help
grandma's
reduce.
recipes. would
Yes,
come
yes,
in.
yes, yes.
Wonderful. That's great. Shanti, another thing I want to know is like any business to actually take off, people have to know about it. And when if people have to know about it, it is related to branding your business. So how far have you been successful in branding your clinic? I mean, that is, I refer it to as business because that is what you are doing right now.
Yeah,
So how
yeah,
successful have you been regarding that?
yeah. So I believe in Calicut, most of the people know us just because of this branding and things. So initially, as a part of branding, I started taking classes to all schools and other communities, classes regarding women health and sex education. We
Okay.
mainly focused on that because nobody was talking about it.
Okay.
So yeah, it actually gave me a good. We could establish as a brand through that. That was a thing, and now we are into Instagram and Facebook and Google.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
now it's working. Initially, it was not working, but now it has started working.
I get it. So initially it was more about a community networking, I would say,
Yes, yes,
where
yes.
you got involved. That is nice. So in this, do you have a team or do you have other employees with you or do you have a partner
Yes,
in this
like
running this
yeah.
clinic?
Though I started it as like I alone started it, but now we
Mhm.
have almost 10 permanent other staff and few part-time staff.
Okay.
So yeah, even we have doctors coming here and you know, junior doctors, interns, and other doctors. So yeah, now
Oh,
we have staff support.
okay, wonderful. So what do you look for in an employee when you hire an employee over here? What do you look for in them? What characteristic traits do you look for?
So here we are kind of a family because you know it's patients. You can't be very rude to them. I want really compassionate people, but of course
Yes.
knowledge in their subject is very important, and how they blend with us. So we always give them a 1 month of period to blend with us, and if it
Mhm.
is not working, we mutually say a goodbye to each
Yeah, I can understand that rude part because most of the times when you enter doctor's clinic, the nurses or somebody over there, they behave very rude and you are so put off by it.
other. Yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a, that's a nice way. Okay, there are a lot of Ayurvedic centers like yours, similar to yours, especially in Kerala. How do you keep up with that competition, Shanti? Like,
It's tough, but I think though everybody does good treatments, one thing we give importance is our cleanliness. So in Ayurveda clinic, hygiene part is normally below average because of the oil and you know what all we use. It's
yeah,
very difficult to clean and uh, keep it running.
correct, correct.
So we give importance to hygiene. So we most of our things are not reusable things. Even if it is a towel, we give it to the patient and we ask them either to take it back home or we throw it away. We don't repeat using it. We have those throwaway sheets or over the massage table. And
Mhm.
instead of soap, using a lot of soap, we are using shower gel. So everything is maintained. Maybe I'll give 100% to hygiene part. Then, of course, you're rapport with the patients. And whenever my patient calls me, I take the call, even if it is like sometimes I can't take the call. I'll give them a call back, or I'll ask them to put me audio message in WhatsApp. That's what I tell them. So I'll hear it and I'll reply. You know, always taking the call is not possible. It's
Okay, okay, okay. So
difficult.
you have a rather personal rapport with the patients,
Yes,
which
yes. So we become like, you know, kind of a family doctor concept. We are keeping it.
correct. Do you think there is, as a person who has been running this clinic for some time now, do you think a person like you suppose should there should be a some important criteria that you should develop within yourself for the success of a business like this?
Yeah, yeah. Yes. Like from my part, I'm doing two kinds of learning. One is I always do my continuing medical education. You know, I always have to update with the current thing. So I attend almost all medical stuff regarding Ayurveda and even now the production. So both of us. Along with that, I'm looking into some of the business part too, because you know, I had a lot of financial and planning problems initially, but now we are covering it. It's not that the finance was not coming, but we really didn't know how to handle it properly.
That
That makes it
often
a lot.
happens. Yes,
Yeah.
that's that
So
is
now, yeah, both of it. I'm looking into both of it.
That's so nice. And you know, in your in all these years of your profession, I'm sure there must have been some incidents which remain in your mind, something which touched your heart, or something which made you feel that you need to be a better person. So, do you remember any such incidents, anything with your patients or with any other people that way?
So regarding patients, so I do infertility treatment. So, when you see that a baby is born,
Correct, correct.
it's
That is,
a different feeling. But the same thing happens when an infertility, even though the mother gets pregnant and if it gets aborted, you feel so dejected and yeah, regarding patients, that's it. But otherwise, there are a lot of people who helped me, like referring patients and helping a hand out or giving me a more network. So it's like, yeah, everything counts.
I
Everything counts.
True. Okay, now coming back to like as a woman doctor, do you think that gender balance plays a very important part, especially while building up your team? Is that very important? What do you think on gender balance, gender equality?
So, so I'm slightly towards the women empowerment thing. Actually, not slightly. I prefer doing that.
Well, that's the
So,
reason you're in we.
so now 80% of my staff is women, and
Okay.
we concentrate more on women. But that doesn't mean, I'm against men or no. I love it to be equal. But here, what we do is we do the pay, like everywhere you can see women are paid less than men. So as an owner of this clinic, what I made sure is even if you are a man or a woman or whatever it is, our salary is based on your experience and your commitment towards the clinic. It's not
Yeah,
just,
that is.
yeah, I have seen it many places. I have actually myself, I had such incidents. Oh, you're a lady doctor and you can have this kind of attitude, but I'm not following it. That's what I can do now.
That's really nice of you. Uh, as a woman, can you tell us about? I'm sure we all have faced challenges in our profession. So, as a woman, as a doctor, have you faced any such challenges in your life?
Yeah. So my life was full of challenges in many places.
Professionally, I mean.
Yeah, even professionally, because when I had my personal issues, uh, many of my professional classmates, even they stopped supporting me, and writing after some time, all of them got passed out, and then I'm going back to the college with the kids, and how the society see you.
Correct, correct. Yes, yes,
Yeah, so there were a lot of incidents. It's not nice, but
I.
you always overcome it.
It's
Once you
always about
determine,
overcoming challenges.
yeah, once you determine, that's it. You will definitely overcome.
Have you ever had any chance to sort of, turn down a patient due to some reason?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Actually, I have. Yeah, you know, there should be a cooperation between the patient and the doctor. So even I have once I have forcefully discharged one of my patients because of
Oh,
few behavioral issues.
ah,
Yeah, we have to do that.
exactly.
We can't
Yes.
tolerate everything, even though they are your consumers are the king, but still we can't tolerate everything.
So over these years, how do you think you have built up on your credibility? That's very important in any business, for that matter.
Yes.
Being a doctor, being a medical professional, that is doubly important. Being credible. So, how have you managed to stick to that?
I really don't know how I manage, but I think maybe because most of our medicines we are making it, so it could give a good result. When even in the public, when you talk or when you interact, I try to keep a good
That
tone. Yeah, even though you get irritated at times, you swallow it. And, no, it's important. You have to be a social animal.
yes. Again, in a society, we cannot exist without any partnerships. Like you need. So, have you had any key partnerships from anybody else? Say, for instance, another doctor, another.
Yeah. Always, yes. Even
You,
like not all doctors are treatment centers,
huh.
so they refer me patients, and of course, I give them something back. Uh, there is always a mutual respect and mutual transfer. Then we also have done few health-related programs for many banks here,
Mhm.
like valuing their health, their staff health, and like giving them lifestyle advices, such
Okay,
things. So that's also kind of partnership. Yeah.
okay, right. Okay, now this one is actually for the benefit of others who would want to do you would want to start something like yours. Can you tell me something about the type of funding that went into this starting this clinic or this enterprise?
Yeah. So initially, I had a mistake in funding. So I was not really foreseeing to 2 or 3 years. I just thought about the capital investment. So yeah, that was we took like I took my savings and put it into the business, but that was a failure. You know,
Okay,
I should have looked upon for 3 years or so. But after 2 years, uh, I went for a mudra loan. So that was my first loan.
oh,
Yeah.
that is it. Okay, fine.
Even now we are having this and that loans, but kind of we are moving on.
I get it. That's good in a way because the business has improved and you're able to manage it effectively.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Uh, have you made any mistakes, any real mistakes in this profession where like have you learned from those mistakes? That is, we all make mistakes, but then the thing is you learn from those. So, have you had any such experience regarding that?
Yeah, of course. With patients, no much mistakes because whenever I'm confused, I always refer them to senior doctors.
Mhm.
So that part I have never made such grave mistakes. But the
Okay.
other part, like the financial part and the planning part, even when I initially started the clinic, uh, like I was not sitting there always. When something else comes, I just close it and I go. But that was a big mistake. So I took a lot of time to establish. So I think only for the last 3 years I'm working properly. Once I found out all my mistakes and then I rectified it.
Nice.
Still doing a lot of mistakes.
No,
Yeah,
the important thing is that you learn from those and you do not repeat it. So as long as that is done, I guess it's all good. Mistakes are good. It's
yeah, yeah.
so like suppose you're given a chance to restart all this, start from first. So do you think it would make a difference? What would you do? Would you go the same journey?
No. I'll definitely go for making a proper business plan. Because seriously, it was a big mistake. Now, when I'm looking into my products, we are making a business plan and we are trying to get investors. But now we are doing it properly.
Yeah.
At first, I was just like, okay, you buy one thing, now you may get this much of patients, you pay it off, like that kind of thing. I
Right.
will start with a good plan.
Okay. Fine. Like you mentioned about your family, like so. Can I know, like, how do you manage this work and life responsibilities? There need to be a balance, right? How effective are you in balancing that, doing that juggling act?
I don't know if I'm good or not, but one thing is my parents stay nearby, so it's a big support for my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is at home we try to keep 0 hour with phone.
Ah,
So I communicate with my daughter.
Okay.
And whenever she's having holidays, I take her to the clinic. Of course, I give her some small jobs inside the clinic.
Okay. Okay.
So there is interaction, and she's also involved into something.
That's nice.
But
I mean, she gets to.
I really don't know if I'm a good, a good
Oh, I'm
homemaker
sure
or
as long as people are happy, yes, we have our own parameters for that. So
yeah.
great. Shanti, like, is there anybody who's truly inspired you in some way?
Yeah, like of course, my father inspired me a lot because he was having a lot of problems during his young age, like mainly financial issues. But he
Okay.
was lucky enough to get scholarships, and he had his higher education in JNU at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So he got a good job, and he always tell me, okay, failures are a part of your life, but you have to overcome it. Maybe because of his work, I overcame all mine.
Okay.
And of course, there are other people too.
To what would be your parting advice or a mantra that you would be giving out to others like you who want to start off on their own?
One thing I'll say is you should start a business out of passion, not out of compulsion. Of course, there should be, compulsion should be there to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you should really know what you're doing. So I have seen many people just because they like clothes, they jump into a boutique.
Correct.
That shouldn't be the thing. You should really understand what you're going through. And then only you should start, of course, with a good plan.
Yes, planning. Good plan is certainly
Yeah.
very. Yes, I agree with you. Finally, let me ask you one thing. You have been with CIMSME for some time now. I won't say a long time, but still, you have been there. You have been, like following most of us over here. What do you think? Do you think this organization has been of benefit to you?
So Aparna introduced me to CIMSME through, like, I am really thankful to Aparna, first of all, because she gave me such a big platform. Though I'm not really active in it due to some, to COVID issues have given us a big hit. So we are trying a lot to cover it up. But yes, through CIMSME, I have learned a lot of things. Maybe through Aparna, I learned the importance of planning and all. Like she introduced to some things, and then I started hearing few speakers, other people speaking out and how they are working, their working style. Yeah, it was really helpful.
Yes,
And
she's
networking is important.
yes, that's true. She's one person who motivates a lot. So,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
thank you very much, Shanti. It's been a pleasure talking to you and getting to know more about you and your enterprise also. And we certainly hope that you come out with this brand, which through which you can scale up and this becomes world famous also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Priya. Thank you.